all of us nowadays are praying so hard. Imagine almost everybody is uttering words of petition, bombarding someone up there to hear our request. Especially this week that we are commemorating the passion, the death, and the resurrection of Jesus. Maybe some of you are thinking that perhaps this is the exact moment that God will answer all our prayers. Of course, that prayer is to end the suffering of the whole humanity from coronavirus. But if you will ask me, when will God end this pandemic? I don't know. I don't even know if God will answer all our prayers the way we want it to be answered. Only God knows. One thing for sure is that we don't stop throwing questions to God. And I know you also have one. Questions like, where are you, Lord, in this pandemic? Until when, Lord? And we also don't stop begging, please, Lord, help us, save us, come to us. For me, that is prayer. Prayer is an ongoing dialogue, a never-ending discourse to someone you love and in return loving you too. A kind of relationship that involves our whole being, not just our inquisitive mind, but even the deepest longing of our hearts. I think a lot of you learned about prayer when you started to attend CCD because you are required to memorize the basic prayers, right? The Our Father, Hail Mary, Glory be, and especially the act of contrition because you will receive the sacrament of reconciliation. But my dear students, these are all important, but if it doesn't speak of what is inside your heart, you are just like what St. Paul is saying, a clanging cymbal, trying to create a huge sound but doesn't make sense. So the next time you recite your basic prayers, express it with all your heart. So authentic prayer, then, is when you are moving closer to the one you are communicating with, and that is God. Meaning, every time that we kneel down to pray, there's a certain movement of our thoughts and feelings to what God wants us to be. This requires an opening of ourselves. We have to be true, and being true means looking at our limitations, our needs, our sinfulness, and for this, we really have to humble and ask for God's forgiveness. But of course, not only our weaknesses, but He also sees our strengths, even our hidden strengths. Remember, God is the searcher of mind and heart. From our true selves, God communicates what He wants from us. And from there, we can find the courage to be molded according to His will. That is why, the next time you pray, don't expect for an instant answer. Ask for an increase of faith, that even if it may be difficult as we can ever think of, we know that His divine will still be for our greater good. This is what Jesus did on the cross. His obedience to God's will, even to the point of death, brought us salvation. That is why the highest form of prayer, take note of this, is the Mass. Because Jesus, in His real presence, meaning even though the Eucharist looks like and tastes like bread and wine, it becomes the body and blood of Christ when the priest repeats the word of Jesus in the consecration, "This is my body and this is my blood." He is communicating to us, but He is also becoming part of us as food, which is the most effective way to be closer to Him. We become like Him in the way we think, the way we speak, and the way we act. We are also becoming closer to the other members of the faith community, meaning we are not alone. We are journeying together with those who are desiring to be like Jesus in their own special way. That is why we need to respect one another. And during Mass, our prayers become one effective voice. Now you know why we are encouraging you to attend Mass, because we want you to become closer to Jesus. I know all of you want to receive communion, especially this Holy Week. But don't worry, if you attend the online Mass, believe that you receive a spiritual communion. In that way, you can still be closer to Jesus. So stay close, come near to Jesus during these holy days so that we will feel His love, since Jesus' perfect love cast out all our fears. May Jesus be with us all.